Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Break Room. Networking can extremely be super impactful for your career if you are staying at a company and you're feeling kind of stuck, but you don't want to leave that job, but you're kind of looking around to wonder, okay, how do I accelerate things forward? So that's first and foremost, that networking piece. The second is if you're in the job market right now, you have to stand out. There are 4 times the amount of applicants in 2025. Just submitting your application and sitting back is not going to do it. You really need to lean into your network. So all the tips I'm going to share on this episode are really applicable for both of those situations, and I will break some of them down right now. The first is quality over quantity. A lot of people come to me and think, if I just put out more applications, if I just mass message 500 people, well, sure, you might get a response, but that's a lot of energy, right? The time it takes to reach out to 100 or 500 people, even 50, is a lot of energy and a lot of thought process to go into it. But if you focus on quality, if you scale back and really focus on 5 to 10 people in your network that you can really leverage, build, and show up in a more authentic way, it's so much easier to do that. And it takes a lot more strategy though to do that. You're just not mass messaging people. And then also this works if you're just thinking about your network in general. I'm talking 2 different things here. I'm talking one, networking, kind of cold networking and building that general network on a LinkedIn, or 2, and that is if you are in a company right now. A lot of times this really works for a large company, but it also could work for a company of 1 to 200 people. And that is internal networking. If you focus on a smaller amount, focus on that authentic quality, it's going to be better for you. The second tip, please scrap the can I have 30 minutes with you? Hands down, that is the biggest turnoff for anyone on the other side, whether I know you or don't know you. If I don't know you, 30 minutes of my time times, think about it, if I responded 10 of those messages, that's a lot of time. That's several hours that I could be giving as a general person on LinkedIn that I get a lot of these messages. Can I just pick your brain? Can I just talk to you about your career transition? So that is overwhelming for the person on the other side, even if you know them, even if you are at a bigger company right now and you're looking to kind of do some internal networking and grow your career and put yourself out there from a branding perspective, 30 minutes is still a lot of time. So what you want to focus on is offer up value, offer up a question that they can answer in a pretty quick response. If I see that they've been promoted 4 times in a few years, that I'm curious about. If you're at a company networking, you again want to have a very specific question for that person. You're not asking for someone's time yet. You're putting it out there that you want to learn more about them and you're giving them a chance to answer. So this is really key when you're building a network is give an opportunity and a chance for that person on the other side to answer. 30 minutes of someone's time means that that's a very vulnerable moment for them to put themselves out there and offer that time. But if you're just asking like one little question and you're curious, it could lead to more questions and it just builds. The next thing I want to offer up as a tip is really give your value. And what I mean by that is it's so easy to do this when you can kind of brainstorm around how you could be of value to someone. And what I mean by that is, can you look at someone's profile on LinkedIn at one of the dream companies you want to work for and think, wow, how can my background add value to this team or this company? You want to say, hey, this is my background. I'm looking for an opportunity and I would love to help your team through contracting or freelancing. This is what I'm good at, XYZ. And so now you are coming up with some ideas and adding value to them. They might say no right away, but they might be interested and say, hey, I do know someone hiring a contractor role and they are looking for someone really good in digital marketing to do their email marketing, or they're looking someone really strong in content, or they're looking for someone really strong on the sales side of things. So you want to offer up that value to a person that you want to network with. And again, this works internally as well. I would love to learn from you. I've seen you've grown here immensely in 5 years. I'd really love to offer up a chance for me to help you build your mentorship platform or help you. So it's kind of this give and take. You don't just want to ask for something because that is not networking. That's just asking for help. or needing something. Another tip I want to offer up is, can you then build this relationship? Can you build from it and really lean into it through curiosity, through continuing on in the discussion? What you can do is certain things, like you can follow up, you can send a thank you note, you can generally say something about what's happening in the marketplace. It's always nice to follow up with just curiosity. That's one of my favorite ones, is to follow up and say, really appreciate you responding to me last week. I thought more about what you said, and I realized this is exactly, the thoughts I have, and whatever that you may lean into. It really shows that you've been thinking about that person, in the sense of like, they've given you time, whether they're answering your questions or they did meet with you for 15, 20 minutes. Often we're asking for something, we're asking for a job, and sometimes it's just nice to get a thank you. Another tip is, think of your networking in layers. Each layer is going to be different. And what I mean by that is, each conversation shouldn't be the same as before. It should build on top of one another and become a little bit more detailed and more thorough every time you talk to that person. And again, if they're not responding to you, that isn't networking. Leave that person alone. But you're going to get people to respond to you out there, and you're going to get people willing to give you some time based on maybe someone's impacted their life, and so they want to give back as well. So again, can you go back to previous conversations and build from there? The building is something people really, really forget about. And this is how you can really stand out in the job market. You can go back to people from 6 months to a year ago that you might have worked with. You can go back to people that you previously interviewed with. You can go to alumni. You can connect with people at a previous company that you left, and maybe they went somewhere else and now you both have transitioned away, but you have a commonality. And you also can follow up with people, again, that are just generally in your network and you kind of see popping up because maybe you follow the same people or you're commenting on the same leaders. So again, this is a build. And often people just think of networking as this one transaction and I'm done, but you really need to go back and lean into that space, because from there, a building block can really turn into something more. They could offer you up, hey, do you want to come to this event I'm hosting? Or, hey, our company is actually hiring for this job, and I just thought of you because we've been staying in touch over the last 6 months. Something else might come up. They might say, hey, we are looking for a contractor, for a couple months, and I immediately thought of you because we've been connecting. So you kind of want to stay just present with people and be with them in their journey forward in their career as well. So there's so much I can say about networking. And the biggest thing I can say is, don't go into it asking for something. Offer something up, show your value, because you want to build that connection. And reciprocity and value is everything in a network. And I want you to kind of change your mindset. If I could leave you with one thing, it's change your mindset, in that when you are going to send a message or when you are going to reach out for someone in your network, do not expect an immediate action from them. They're not just going to give you a job off the bat. They're not just going to give you an interview. Look at every moment as a build, every moment as a seed that will grow, but you have to continue to grow that. So ultimately, how this will help you stand out in today's world is those little conversations over a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks can grow into much more. Please be patient. Never force networking. It will happen naturally with those right people who want to give you time back, who are excited about the value you can add. And be authentic. Use humor. It is so refreshing to just hear someone say something very silly, authentic, eye-catching versus a long pitch about themselves. So I love networking so much because it's changed my life. I've had many times where I've been getting a coffee and just asked a question or said hi to someone, and that can dramatically change when you build it very authentically. So take a moment, focus on your networking strategy over the next few months. And I want to hear from you, because I think these simple steps will absolutely change the game for you. So thank you so much for stopping by this week on networking. I will see you next week when we talk more career.